Hello, everybody. So, what do we have in Ireland? What's happening with the new IRA? What's happening with the recently released videos on YouTube with demands from the new IRA towards the government to take out all the immigrants, take them out of the country in 24 hours? Are those videos real? That's not the point. The point is that, yep, people have had enough. Civilians start taking matters into their own hands because they've seen for decades the governments don't have their best interest at heart. So let's look back 20 years. In 2006, there were about 6,000 rapes a year. In 2026, 20 years later, you have excess of 70, close to 80. That's only what's recorded. Pretty sure it's closer to 100,000. So you have a huge increase in rapes. I'm not talking about small crime, theft, and violence, because that's also an increase of probably 10, 20, 30 times. So, yeah, people had enough. So what happened in the last 20 years that could explain this massive increase in rape in UK? Well, you either put two and two together and you see that all this mass immigration, illegal immigration, has something to do with the increase in crime, or you're trying to make the claim that the British people became more rapey and more violent in the last 20 years. So, which one do you think it is? Giving the recent informations provided by Rupert Law with the rape inquiry, you have over 250,000 girls and women being raped in the past few decades in UK. He also said that potentially that could go well over 500,000. So that pretty much means that every neighborhood, every street in UK has one or several rape victims. That means all the citizens in the country are aware of this type of things, and they are aware who predominantly does this type of things. So obviously at some point you will reach the conclusion that, hey, the government doesn't listen. They promise, we vote based on promise, but they still keep their own direction. They don't bother with what we want. And it's just a matter of time before people take matters into their own hands. How long can you watch your daughters and your sisters and your wives and your mothers being raped, being sexually assaulted in the streets? How long can you watch your grandparents frozen to death during winter because they cannot afford to to pay their electric bill? How long can you watch immigrants driving around in the new cars, good cars, while you are struggling to go to work to pay taxes with a shit car? How long can you just put up with the violence in the street, with the theft from shops? And there's pretty much kind of the same people almost all the time. Those of you that have like 30 plus years, think back a few years. How many shops had those glass windows or plastic windows around the main desk where you pay? That diversity, it's our strength type of protection window. Look back and think, when you start seeing products being hidden behind a barrier and not having access straight to the product. Those diversity, it's our strength type of barrier in the shops. It's just a matter of time. You can ignore some rapes here and there. Yes, you can do that by all means as a government. You can ignore them. Oh, populations, there are lots of people, tens of millions of people, some rapes here and there, man, nobody's gonna notice. But it's not just a few. It happens so much for so long that now everybody is aware of it. It just became a way of life. And those people that remember the life before it, they see that it's wrong. And they will start to do something about it. So there is no there's no wonder, there's no surprise that people start to take. How long you gonna watch more and more mosques being built all over the place, and at the same time Christian churches being burned down mysteriously? Thousands, tens of thousands in the last decades burned down mysteriously across Western Europe. And you have thousands and tens of thousands new mosques being built. And more harassment in the street. Every time you see a video on YouTube with people being violent in the street, groups of young men, adolescent men being violent in the street, it's pretty much the same demographic. Now, if you have eyes and you see the color, you're automatically racist because you have eyes. So your eyes make you racist. People have noticed the pattern. And you keep having politicians like the former Prime Minister Keir Starmer. We're gonna smash the gangs. Okay, which gangs are you gonna smash? Because he was never clear about that. He said we will smash the gangs. Which gangs? The ones that are doing the raping and the violence, or the ones that are trying to prevent the raping and the violence? Because he pretty much focused on smashing the gangs that are trying to protect innocent people, mainly girls and women. Now we have the new one, Andy Burnham. We will be relentless in our pursuit in stopping the boats. Okay, relentless in what way? As in, you will relentlessly change the boats that were carrying 20, 30 immigrants with boats that are carrying 200, 300 immigrants? Because that's what's been happening lately. You have boats that are carrying hundreds of illegal immigrants at one time. So they've upgraded. You see, relentlessly upgrading the capabilities of illegal immigration. Is he recognizing that all of this charade, all of this scam, it's close to come to an end, and he just wants to boost it as much as possible? It's gonna happen all over the place. So it will start with Ireland, but it will happen all over the place. The whole Western Europe will implode. And it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough, it's gonna be violent. But at the end of it, the sun will shine. So yeah, what do you guys think? Leave a comment. What's your opinion on this type of events? Armed civilians pressuring the government to put a stop to immigration because they had enough. What's your opinion? Is it justified? Is being taken out of proportion? Are the immigrants the nicest people ever and the natives are violent and unreasonable? Do you have eyes and your eyes see color? Give your opinion. Let me know what you think. Let's have a discussion. Take care.